Dear students, I am Shupriyo Dhar, teacher, Department of English, Uluberia College. Today, I try to analyze the character of Lady Macbeth. You surely know that Macbeth was written in Shakespeare's third period. During this period, dramas were written with varying moods and passions, such as the darker scenes of men, mistakes and crimes, high vaulting ambition, treachery and inhuman cruelty, jealousy and ingratitude. We may describe this period as stern time when Macbeth was written. It is to be noted, when Shakespeare intended a full-length portrait of a murderer or murder, he wrote Macbeth. Passionate intensity makes the play Macbeth the most superb and compelling in English literature. In Macbeth, we find complex delineation and note of subtlety and searching insight. Upon the characters of Macbeth and Lady Macbeth hang, in a great measure, the main issues of Shakespeare's Macbeth. Lady Macbeth, if we consider her character, is a monster with cruelty and evil design. She lacks the common shades of humanity, so much so that she appears to be a character who does not deserve our admiration or sympathy. It is one-sided and simplified interpretation of her character. We should not forget the fact that she was human. She had the feelings and tenderness. But the motives and influences drove her to commit monstrous activities, the prominent of which is the murder of Duncan. No excess of passion or imagination dims the clearness of our judgment, and it is Lady Macbeth who knew her husband well. She sums up the character of Macbeth and her own fears for him in Act 1, Scene 5. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. The quoted lines are to be considered in forming our opinion of the two main characters, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. Here we come to know what Lady Macbeth thinks about Macbeth and also about her future course of action. Students, you surely know that there are many remarkable women tragic characters in the domain of Shakespeare's tragedies, among which Lady Macbeth is, perhaps, the most moving and awe-inspiring. She occupies a very conspicuous place in Macbeth, a great tragedy of the darker sides of man. She has the frightfully determined willpower. She lacks in imaginative impulse, and this is the very secret of her Himalayan resolve. Like Macbeth, Lady Macbeth looks formidable in her scheme and action, and appears to be sublime in her personality and resolution. She inspires the feeling of terror and suspense. It is true that Shakespeare has conceived the character from no idealistic standpoint. It is said that Lady Macbeth is the child of darkness, but such a biased view towards this towering personality is likely to give rise to the misinterpretation of Shakespeare's dramatic art. Her character is to be evaluated from what is significant and grand as a tragic character, placed in a situation which is not congenial to her. There are distinct marks in the action of the play to refute the charge against Lady Macbeth that she is the fourth witch of the play, as Coleridge characterizes her. Students, when we first see Lady Macbeth in the play, reading the letter from her husband and making some comments on the letter, we understand that she has studied well Macbeth's character. Here, we find her admiration for her husband's greatness, so much so that no note of selfishness in her ambition is noticeable here. Her feminine nature is evident in her devotion to her husband. Her cruelty was the temporary repression of her nature. She tries to incite herself to the act of murder. This is not natural to her nature. She wishes to unsex herself from the crown to the toe with direst cruelty. Let no tender feeling gain entrance to her heart, lest hidden purpose be shaken by a natural pricking of conscience and its realization be thereby prevented. Her motive to the crime appears to have been unselfish love for her husband. Lady Macbeth's long cherished ambition is fulfilled when Macbeth becomes the king. Gradually, she retires to the background. It is Macbeth who dominates the action, and the determined, spirited lady is rather a disappointed soul with the burden of the weariness of life, frustration, and illusion of life. Lady Macbeth loses all without gaining the least. She leads a miserable life and meets her fearful, unspectacular death. We get a glimpse of the real omen that lay concealed behind the assumed mask of hardness and cruelty in Act 5, Scene 1. Lady Macbeth had faced every crisis by sheer force of nerve. She gave strength and support to her husband, but ultimately she breaks down in her struggle with conscience and pours out her soul in the broken words of delirium. It brings to light that at bottom, Shakespeare never loses faith in human nature. Physical and moral horrors we may get, never the paralyzing horrors of fatalism. Dear students, the story of Lady Macbeth's life and death is the story of a woman and not of any witch. Her tragedy is a tragedy of a sheer misunderstanding of one's own nature. She unduly strains her womanhood and perishes in the process. Her death was sudden and self-inflicted, and in the horror and terror of her end, we are constrained to suspend our judgment upon her crimes, and but to repeat with the doctor, God forgive us all. Dear students, it is Shakespeare who moves in a larger scheme of things, where the sun rises on the evil and of the good. Thank you.